But people are digging, Lern and Rafe. Love you guys.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Number 1 down there in Festus.
Wow.
And you know what they like? And you know what they told me, Moon? They said, we like getting to know them.
Oh, good.
Like, we like every time we talk about stuff, it's like another, layer peeling back on the onion.
Nice.
That is your personalities.
Well, yeah,
Onions.
you guys are so well known. 9 years. I mean, they know everything about you guys.
Right, and they're
pretty
just
much.
getting to learn about you guys. So I figured this week, I'm going to ask you guys just some random questions just to get to know your personalities.
Okay.
Like, for example, all right, Rafe, what were you like in high school? Describe yourself in high school. Like, what clique did you belong to?
I was a floater.
You were a floater.
I was a floater in high school. I was the captain of the sports teams, and I was president of student council, president of my class. But I want to put this out there. There were 26 kids in my class.
Were you a president of your class?
Yeah, I just did it as it was just fun, and it was like a thing I was interested in, and I was not the best candidate. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a much more qualified candidate. We have not had a single class reunion. I think I was just fun and funny.
Oh, you're in charge of that, too.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, the class president's supposed to be part of it, and I'll be honest, people reach out to me on Facebook and be like, we ever going to have a class reunion? I'm like, you guys knew what this was when you elected me. Talk to the vice president. Amber Humphreys deserved to win. She was qualified, organized, and I just made a couple funny posters.
Because you graduated the same year as I did, 96.
Yeah.
We buzzed past our 25, like our 25th anniversary.
I feel like social media has eliminated, for a school that small, I feel like we should almost be doing consolidated, like four classes should get together and have, which maybe we will. Maybe I will light a fire and try to get something organized.
I got a comment, though. In a class of 26, you can't be a floater. This is an above-ground pool that's this big. All y'all are floating.
In the school.
Where do you float?
In general. There were 100, and my school was very small. I think there was like 150 kids. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I didn't click out. Like, I would hang out with the dudes in shop class that were, like, smoking, taking bong rips. Right. In the boiler room, and I would hang out with, I had like some comic book nerd friends that I would nerd out with, and I had...
you friend to all.
I was a friend to all. I didn't really like only the football team hang. I mean, I fell into a little bit of that during football season, probably.
How'd you have a team? You playing offense,
how many
defense?
folks were on your team?
I played
players.
I played offense, defense. I kicked off. I returned kicks, and I was our punter.
Wow.
Nice.
And we were the worst team in the state of Illinois. And I played in 5 homecoming games per year, mine, and all 4 away games, because we were the quintessential.
Oh, let's kick
we were
their
the
ass for
quintessential
homecoming.
opponent for like, let's kick their ass. Homecoming's going to be an 80-6 blowout, and that was Alvarado. I'm sure you knew that.
I've heard of that.
Well, when you used to watch Saturday morning wrestling, they always had the nobodies face off against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You know, Hulk Hogan would win.
Right.
What were they called? Jobbers?
Jobbers.
Yeah.
You were the jobber.
Jobber football.
The jobber football team.
That's
awesome.
We brought in just
We
for a
actually
win.
were the Alvarado Jobbers. That was our.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
That's the Washington. What is it? Washington.
The Generals.
The Generals. Yeah.
Fighting Falcons. There was one other
The Generals
team
that play the Globetrotters.
There was one other team that like sucked every year.
Was it like the Centralia
It
Orphans?
was the Cairo Pilots.
Oh.
And they just had like Cairo was like a river town that had kind of died out. Same thing where we were at. It was like coal mines had kind of died out, and it was like every year that was our Super Bowl, dude. Who was gonna go 0-8 and who was gonna go 1-7? That was
Yeah, it's the only game you actually had a chance.
Yeah, we had a couple. We punched above our weight a couple times and almost pulled some.
2-6.
But we usually snap. Yeah, 2-6 was like that was a team that's going to get all their jerseys retired at our high school. I think there was like 1 year in the 80s we were good. We went like 7-1 and like went to the playoffs. It was just like an anomaly because all these farm kids just happened to be born at the same time and just beat the crap out of everybody. But for the most part, we were a 1A school playing 3A teams. In our defense, we were playing schools way bigger than us. But anyway, that was a long answer to say I was a floater.
All right, Lern.
I was very similar to Rafe instead of.
What were you like in high school?
I was a journalism, yearbook editor. So, like, always a journalism nerd. But, like, I hung out with everybody. Like I would go to all the parties. Didn't have any, in my opinion, any enemies in the class. Like just always loved everybody. But I also was like under the radar too. I was friends with like all the hot babes. So I was never like a hot babe or anything. But I was like in their periphery, so kind of in that group. But then also like the stoners and the goth kids and like the punks and stuff. And then. Yeah, like, I don't know. I moved to St. Louis whenever I was so 8th grade, I moved to St. Louis. And then started going to Columbia because we were building a house there. And so I didn't know anybody. And I was like kind of a nerd at first and bullied and all that. But then slowly just opened up my arms to everybody and became friends with everybody. So, yeah. Prom queen. We've talked about
that's
that
right.
before.
You were prom queen.
Oh yeah.
So we got a class.
We got a couple people like I was a floater or whatever, and they're like, but I ran everything.
Yeah, I ran everything. Was prom queen.
That's the way to be.
I
man.
mean, on paper, it seems like I would have been a cliquey person, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
You were prom queen.
Yeah, you were voted
Wait,
something.
Rafe?
You were voted
Dude,
something. You know,
same-
we were voted. No one knew us.
Nothing.
No one knew our names.
Like, I was homecoming court. I was like, we didn't have a king, but I escorted the queen, which was as close as you were getting.
But that's because, like, everybody whoever voted for me, and it could have been rigged. Who knows? Everybody kind of knew me. Like, I didn't judge anybody. I was
Unless you were voted as a joke.
which also could have been true.
No.
Dude, that could have been it.
This is Dave Chappelle in Half Baked coming up to the podium and saying, "Hi, I'm Dave," whatever, and then Bob Saget pops up and he's like, "What? Have you ever done this?" Like that? That's a
Boo this man.
I feel like Bob Saget right now.
I've
And you guys
admitted-
are Dave Chappelle us.
I've admitted it on this show. Heather Everding, the hottest in my class, who was up there for prom, she should have won it. I think she wasn't. She ended up being homecoming queen, but like, I'm just saying, she should have owned it all.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
I'll start with Lern on this one. If you were at a funeral and the body fell out of the casket, what would you do?
I would pick up the body.
Oh, you would help.
I would help. Oh, I'm seeing it happen. I'm already walking towards it and trying to help. Yeah.
Would you be laughing?
I would be disturbed.
Okay.
I would be like, wow, they actually the shirt is cut in the back. Like, I'd have a lot
Oh
of
my God! You tell me the corpse's ass out?
corpse's ass out.
What?
I'm still helping.
That's
He's
not
got a
true.
they got a suit
How do you
hospital gown.
think you think they're putting on full clothes on these people?
I always
Yes,
thought that.
And what do you mean these people?
These dead people.
Yes, they are putting clothes on.
They're open in the back.
No
That's not.
way.
I promise you, there's no.
How do you know?
How do I know? I mean, think of like why
She's
why
saying
would
that
they do
pretty
such a
Moon
thing?
peeps on a lot of corpses.
No, I'm
I
saying.
follow.
She's saying that pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I don't know.
Why would you? Why would you?
I think I agree with her.
Why would you do that? That makes no sense.
They're not.
Well, it
You
makes
talk to
more sense than
morticians,
pulling
they're,
pants up.
obviously they're being very respectful to the body and getting it all set. But when they're trying to put on clothes, you have children. I'm sure it's very difficult to put clothes on alive people.
because they're squirming and running around. You got
Kidding?
nobody to hassle you.
Yeah,
Little
but these-
kids
That's
don't
dead
have.
weight.
These
Literally
these
dead
bodies
weight.
are stiff. These are stiff bodies, so they can't do. You're not pliable. They have to cut it in the back and put it on you.
Yeah, dude.
So the back of the suits are cut.
Yeah, they do that also,
way.
so it looks more
Look it up,
natural.
man.
It could be tailored,
No.
so it looks like it's tailored.
Exactly,
There's-
Scott.
there's not
Why are
a-
you not believing
There's
this?
not a naked butt facing down. Like I do not
Next
accept.
time you're at
That
a
goes-
funeral,
Yeah.
start lifting up on the
I do
club.
I'm
not
gonna go
accept.
look. Isn't there a Pope or something that's in a clear casket? Let's go look and see the bottom of that casket.
It seems unreasonably like that's too many additional steps.
I do. And look, I've never
It's going
worked
to
in
be
a funeral
pressing
home,
ham on the bottom of that
but
plexiglass.
I've heard it.
I do not accept.
Well,
You're saying that so
Outvoted.
matter-of-factly. And I believe you.
Okay.
I believe her.
So you're not laughing. Let's say it's not a relative. Let's say it's a friend.
I mean, I'm mortified for everybody involved, and I'm helping pick up the person.
Okay, you're helping. Rafe, are you helping? Or you?
Yeah, I would I would laugh though. I guarantee it. I would laugh because at that point, I'm kind of a cut it up at a funeral guy anyway. Because sometimes I feel like those things, I mean, within reason, I don't act like a complete jackass.
You
or
don't do a
anything.
tight five.
Like at my grandfather's funeral, me and my brothers were like in the back of the room, remembering the stuff we loved about the person and laughing and being like, yes, this is a sad moment, but we don't all have to be. I feel like everyone tries to out-sad each other sometimes
Yes.
at funerals, and it comes off a little phony to me. You
Yes.
know? I had some people that I'm just like, man, you're really putting on a show right now. And I'm like, if I'm going to put on a show, I'm going the other way, where I'm going to be like, I'm going to remember the things that made me laugh about the person, something they did that was crazy. Like, my grandpa was a crazy dude, man. He's
And if he
insane.
fell out of the casket?
He's half of my act right now is about him and some of the crazy stuff he said. So if I would assume it was a cosmic practical joke that was meant to be laughed at, and I would immediately help put the
you're
person
there for
back
it.
in.
Okay.
I'm there for it.
All right, you're there for
I
it.
have some information.
No.
Dressing a dead body can be difficult, and it's a little known secret of the funeral trade that sometimes they will cut down the back of a suit or dress to make it easier to dress a corpse, especially if it doesn't fit correctly when a relative has chosen certain things. But this comes from, in 1912, a guy patented an idea for the sham suit, which was a vest and suit jacket that would be open in the back because it'd be adjusted to the body and then tied together. It would resemble an expensive tailor-made suit for a fraction of the cost for people on the poorer end of the spectrum. It does not make it seem like it is very
Floyd
likely.
on the instant feedback says, Lern is right. My wife is a funeral director / embalmer, and they cut the clothes in the back.
Every time, I feel like this is
Possibly
I do
not every
accept.
time, but
Why can you not accept this?
I think it's. I don't
what
want
does
to.
it matter? What does it matter if it's? I mean, they're dead.
Moon.
They're going in the
I
ground.
know what you're saying. It doesn't.
Guess who's helping bring back the moon? Funeral directors. That's who. They're
Yeah.
mooning everybody. You don't even know what's happening.
Everybody.
Which is how I want to go.
That's hilarious.
Take my
That is
organs,
wild.
cut up the back of my suit.
Wild.
I want, if you don't shoot me out of a cannon off of a battleship, which I hope that you guys love me enough that you'll do that for me.
Absolutely.
I want that, and I want to be buried face down because it's funnier.
And by the way, and people are weighing in on, like, the body doesn't stay stiff. Rigor mortis goes away after a bit. So,
Oh. Like I said, I'm not a funeral
but it's
director.
still dead weight. I don't know how many people usually work on a body.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'd be tough to.
Here's me. I own all the seasons of 6 Feet Under. I've watched it 100 times. I feel like I am in the Fisher family. That's how I know a little bit about the funeral business.
All right, one more random question, and we'll have more tomorrow. And we'll start with Rafe on this one.
Okay.
During the apocalypse, would it be better to live on your own or in a community?
Oof. Probably community.
Oh, you're going to go community?
Yeah, I think that it has to be the right community, but I don't think anyone's an island. And when it's all said and done, and you gotta surround yourself with people that got your back, and build a community that you can rebuild society on.
I don't
You
know.
only make it so long on your own.
My first instinct is I'm going by myself.
I mean, there's nothing about anything in the human race right now that doesn't make me want to say that, but I think at the end of the day, you have to, you know, it's the old Kurt Vonnegut thing. He's like, find a community and of people that you love and are like-minded, and some that aren't, and just figure it out.
All right, Learn community or on your own during the apocalypse.
I'm with Rafe. Community all the way. I love people. I got to be around people. I'm not the smartest person in the world. How am I going to make bread or whatever I need to do at the end of the? No,
I want bread,
die.
and I can't make it.
And I have gifts to offer people if they can help me. So I'd be.
I don't know. You
all
going
the way.
community or rogue?
You know, for sure. I mean, it would be my natural temptation to go rogue.
Yeah, you guys both seem like bunker boys.
It would
I'm
be
going rogue.
It would be my natural temptation to do all the time, but I'm definitely going community. No man is self-made. I'm the older I
Agreed.
get, the more I understand that like community is everything. Relying on people, being vulnerable to people, having communication with people that disagree with you, like it's just key component to everything. That's why we've survived as humans. All of it.
I'm going to definitely grab my little slice of land and booby trap the hell out of it.
I know,
coming for you.
and I'm going to be tempted every
I'm not saying
morning I
don't do
wake
that.
up.
Hands make light work.
Every morning I wake up, I'm going to be tempted to leave and do that, but I will resist for the betterment of, you know, my well-being and children.
Scott, are you
and
going
everything.
community too?
There are things
Yeah, I'm
you
going
don't.
to do community because there's so much. Think of all the chores you're going to have to do all by yourself, and it's just going to.
Yeah, but if I'm by myself, I don't have to do many chores. I just do stuff for
Well,
myself.
you have to grow food. You have to make this. You have to make new clothes. You have to do that. You have to figure out
Yeah.
how to process this.
Party
thing
of
and this
one.
and that.
You
One-
would survive by yourself. You have that.
Party of
No,
one.
he wouldn't.
Oh, I
One-
think he would.
Oh,
Thank
He'd
you,
have a
Learn.
beard like down. He'd look
Give
like
me a
Moses
break.
by the end of the
One-
year. But
Thank you, Learn.
one factor of disorder, and it's over. It's over.
Someone made a good point. It depends on what caused the apocalypse.
Good point.
all right, Water World.
If it's like
What's it going to eat?
What's he gonna eat?
What's he gonna eat? Tell me what his day consists of for food.
Well,
Foraging.
yeah, he'll forage.
You don't know what you're looking for.
He'll kill anything.
Bro, you're gonna be drinking your own piss within a week.
Oh,
He said one word, and it's all over. Forage. He doesn't know how to
There's
forage.
no way you know how to get clean water. As soon as the water's off,
set
you're gonna be
traps.
like,
I watch that
you're gonna
show
be
alone.
blown up in your own booby traps.
Tablets.
He's gonna go. Well, this looks like a reasonable berry, and he's dead 4 minutes later.
Yeah, well,
And nobody
we'll
will
see.
know.
We'll see. Have fun in your community.
We will. Now we got to go find
fun
you
hanging out.
and half dress your ass.
Go get Riz.
Then we got to
He's
get you
in
a
a
split
cave.
suit.
You look like I'm thinking.
Rafe thinks he's in charge because he's got jeans on.
That's right. Well, I can tell you this: any community would welcome me in. When they saw how I was dressed, they'd be like, "This guy was ready."
I
for
was
this.
president of my class
You're
of
gonna-
26.
this
I
guy's
got
vice
leadership.
president.
When you come rolling in, that's right. I'll be like, I'd show them my high school yearbook, senior quote. Let me in.
All right.
You show up in your Crocs. They're just like,
Right.
get out of here.
Oh,
Vanished.
Your flip flops, flop, flop, flop. You don't walk up to someone's stronghold in an apocalypse in your flip flops and get in. You're out.